What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blu-ray Bandit, back with another pawn shop haul video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Let's see what I got. Welcome back. I visited 3 different pawn shops. This is number 1. Let's go. This was a Cash America. I paid $10.65 for 5 totals, which is roughly $2.66 each. First up, Brothers Bloom. This is a Rian Johnson film, aka the guy who directed Brick, the movie you probably have not seen, but most should. He also directed Star Wars The Last Jedi, one of the more controversial Star Wars Disney films. Somewhere between Brick and Star Wars, he directed this movie, The Brothers Bloom. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I do enjoy Rian Johnson, and I enjoy the idea of owning all of his films, of which there's not that many, maybe 5 or 6. He also directed Looper, somewhere in there, another controversial sci-fi movie. This one has a rental sticker, but I plan on keeping it, so I'll probably just leave the sticker on it for now, or maybe one of these days I'll just go on a sticker murdering rage and remove all stickers from every title in my collection. We'll see. For right now, though, keeping The Brothers Bloom. Next up, Disney's Newsies, starring Christian Bale and Robert Duvall. This is the 20th anniversary edition. I'm sure I've seen this, but I don't remember much about it. I'm definitely going to revisit it now that I own a copy. And when I first got it, the printing quality of the insert itself was pretty poor quality. It kind of looks like instead of a professional printer, it was printed on an inkjet printer or something like that at home. But when you look at the disc itself, it's definitely professionally printed. It comes with a movie rewards code, all of the things you would expect in a Disney movie. And so I'm not quite sure what's going on with the printing, but I bought it for myself anyway. Maybe I'll resell it after a rewatch. I don't remember what it scanned at, but I'm sure it was at least double what I paid for it, just in case I decided not to keep it. But I did find it odd that the insert printing is pretty awful, and that doesn't seem typical of a Disney release. Here we've got a double feature pack of 2 romantic comedies, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and No Strings Attached. This scanned at $7 or $8. Not sure whether I'm going to keep it. My sisters tell me How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is a classic. Neither of them had ever seen No Strings Attached. I'm more excited for that one purely because it stars Natalie Portman, who's a great actress. I'll probably be adding this to my collection. Not sure if I'll keep it in the long run, as it probably holds more value on eBay than it does collecting dust on my shelf. Either way, keeping it for now until I get a chance to watch No Strings Attached. Next up, another Disney film, Mary Poppins. This one with very well printed packaging. I actually quite like this packaging. I like the silver nature of the cover. It looks nice in the case. Annoying snap case, but what can you do? It's an annoying with digital code. There's not much to say for Mary Poppins. It's a children's film classic, a live-action Disney film that has definitely stood the test of time. I didn't hate the recent Mary Poppins reboot, but it does not hold a candle to the original for sure. Excited to add this one to the collection. Don't remember what it scanned at, but I believe it was roughly $5 or so. Finally, for this shop, The Good Lie, starring Reese Witherspoon. This is a movie I saw in theaters before the movie came out, like a month or 2 before it came out. The director came to Orlando. They screened the film for an audience and then had a Q&A session afterwards. So, my opinion of this movie is definitely influenced by the experience of the movie. I'm not sure it will hold up on a rewatch. This is part of the reason why I picked it up off the shelf. 1, I haven't seen this movie on a pawn shop shelf before. And 2, I remember enjoying it quite a bit, especially the first half. In the first half of the movie, Reese Witherspoon isn't even in it. It's these kids that are on this journey. They're refugees of some sort. And then about halfway through the movie, they come to the United States as refugees, and they're kind of given to different caretakers, Reese Witherspoon being one of them, and they kind of have to find their way back to each other. It's definitely a feel-good movie, but a good one if you're just looking for a nice, comfortable watch, unoffensive, but still intriguing. The Good Lie is a good bet. Check it out. Next pawn shop. This was a La Familia. I paid a total of $10.64 for 4 titles. That brings each title to $2.66 each. Never Been Kissed, a Drew Barrymore and David Arquette comedy. For some reason, I always thought this was an Adam Sandler movie. I think maybe it's just the 90s, early 2000s Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler combination. I'd completely forgotten that it was David Arquette instead of Adam Sandler. I've seen this once. I'll probably never watch it again, but it is a classic, and it's one of those that I'll probably leave on my shelf just so that it's not all dude movies. I mean, if I definitely didn't have strong positive vibes for it, I would never do that. But were I to have somebody over who wanted to watch it, I'd be happy to have this on my shelf and have them say, let's pop it in. And I'd give it a rewatch. I probably won't do that on my own. That's where it lies. Sometimes you just got to juice the collection to balance it out just a little bit. I'm not against that for sure. The act of keeping this would probably be a major juice, but so be it. Never Been Kissed. Another double feature. This one, 2 martial arts action films. You've got Jet Li's Fearless and Jet Li in Unleashed. I enjoy both of these movies. I've seen both of them at least once. Unleashed, I've maybe seen twice in my lifetime. It's another space saver, 2 movies in one package. I always love those. Good looking discs. Looking forward to rewatching these and adding them to the collection. The Strangers, Pray at Night. This is the sequel to the Strangers film that came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I enjoy this movie. It's a good horror film. It's definitely suspenseful. A good deal of it takes place at a trailer park, a mostly abandoned trailer park, which is a great setting for a horror movie for sure. I think I enjoy the original film more just because of the single setting, Home Alone, stranger invaders angle. But this is a fun sequel as well. Probably selling it because I remember it scanned at roughly $6, maybe after a rewatch. We'll see. Last movie for this pawn shop. This is Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension in 3D. I think it's scanned at roughly $4, so not crazy for a 3D title. This is definitely the worst of the Paranormal Activity movies, but if you enjoy the movies, you got to see this one because it kind of tries to wrap up what the first 4 movies, yes, I said 4, even though this is technically Paranormal Activity 4, it's like the 5th or 6th movie in the series. So the lore that's set up in the preceding movies, it tries to wrap up. Whether you will be happy with that wrap up, your mileage may vary. Oh, with digital code, it's a 3-disc DVD, Blu-ray, and 3D Blu-ray. I will not be keeping this title. I will be selling it. And finally, another La Familia. I paid $12.78 for 7 titles, which brings them out to $1.82. Don't ask me how I did that. I vaguely remember having a stack in my hand of 7 titles, walking up to the counter. I believe I offered $2.50 each for them. They said no. We went back and forth, and before long, they were offering me $12 for all of them. And I was like, okay, I don't understand that math, but I'll take it. Thus, 7 titles at $1.82 each. Another 2-pack, these starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. 2 lesser-known action movies from him, Collateral Damage and Eraser. Both movies that I enjoy. I've seen Eraser at least more than once and Collateral Damage once. Don't really remember Collateral Damage, but I do enjoy Eraser kind of as a political thriller action film. It's a good one. And I'm always up for some Arnold Schwarzenegger for sure, even if it is awful 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I also love space-saving titles. So it's a twofer on this one for me, adding it to the collection. Dreamcatcher, based on a Stephen King novel. I've seen this once. I remember it being just awful. Just absolutely horrendous as far as Stephen King adaptations go. I know it's scanned for at least double what I paid for it, if not much more, and so I decided to pick it up anyway. I'll probably rewatch it to see if my memory is off, and also because I enjoy Stephen King adaptations, even the bad ones. They always have interesting ideas, even the ones that are not executed perfectly. So I'll give this a rewatch and then probably throw it on eBay. This is Woodstock, the director's cut. So I believe this is a documentary. I've never seen it. It's a 3-disc set with 9 hours of movie, music, and extras. So I guess if you were really into live performances of the bands that performed at Woodstock, you would be totally into this. Not that I'm not into that. I just doubt I will have 9 hours to spend watching a Woodstock movie. I picked it up because it's scanned at around roughly $10. So upon selling it, it will help pay for some of the titles that I plan on keeping. It was in good condition, had all its discs, everything was good to go. So I snapped it up and I will be selling it on eBay. This is a title I've sold before. It's Scooby Doo 1 and 2, the collection. So it's both of the kid film versions of Scooby Doo. The first Scooby Doo was written by James Gunn, the writer and director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and is truly bonkers. The second Scooby Doo movie leaves a lot to be desired compared to the first, but it's also a fun watch, especially if you're into Scooby Doo. Again, I picked this one up because I plan on reselling it. I think it sells at roughly $7 or $8 in the end. I already have my own copy, so this one's going out the door. Charlotte's Web. I bought this because this is a favorite movie of a friend of mine's. She recently had kids. It didn't scan very high, but I decided to pick it up to pass it on to her so she can foist it upon her kids. What else are kids for? There seems to be a disc missing, which I did not notice. That's probably the DVD, but the Blu-ray's still in there, and I planned on just handing it to her anyway. So beggars can't be choosers. Charlotte's Web. I have seen this movie, but have almost zero memories of it. Maybe I'll give it a rewatch before I pass it on. Who knows? Beasts of the Southern Wild, another title I've sold before and has come up on this channel. It's a great little indie film with perfect cinematography and a crazy child-led adventure story. You should definitely check it out if you have not yet. Comes with a digital copy, but it's the kind where you need to put the disc in a computer in order to pull the copy from the disc. Selling it on eBay. Don't remember what it's scanned at, but I imagine roughly $5. And finally, Sailor Moon with slipcase. So I don't typically buy anime titles. I don't really even see them at pawn shops around here. I'm not sure if that's because only collectors really buy them, people who intend to keep them longer term than your traditional Hollywood fare. But when I saw this, I picked it up and I scanned it. It scanned at roughly $11. I don't care one bit about this. I will not be watching it. I will be throwing it right on eBay to help pay for some of the titles that I plan on keeping. I'm glad it came with the slipcase. The titles I saw on eBay, none of them had the slipcase, so I might ask for a few dollars more up front and let that ride for a month or so and see if anybody bites for maybe $13 or $14 for this used copy of Sailor Moon on Blu-ray. So there we go. 16 titles, 3 pawn shops, total cost of $34.07. That's roughly $2.12 per title with an estimated value of $92. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. First of all, I'd like to make one thing very clear. I never explain anything. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.